A good man named Alec Baldwin once said, "Always be closing." Glengarry Glen is a movie directed by James Foley that stars Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Kevin Spacey, Ed Harris, Alan Arkin, and I think that's it. And Alec Baldwin. He's incredible. The movie tells the story of some real estate agents that get sort of an ultimatum from higher up in their business. This sparks some competition between all of the characters in this film and makes things really interesting. I want to take a moment to talk about all of the actors in this film. Al Pacino is so good in this movie. I love everything, or not everything, let's not go there. I like him in most of his roles. I think he's an incredible actor. I think he's done some crap, but he's great in most everything that he's in, and he's really, really good in this movie. And then you've got Jack Lemmon, and I think he's one of the best characters in this movie. He is so good. If you've seen The Apartment, he's really great in that, but he's so excellent in this film as well. He plays a different character than he does in The Apartment. That's my other favorite role of his. He plays kind of the down-on-his-luck real estate agent that is trying to sell really desperately, and you'll find out why in the movie. I'm not going to spoil that. He plays it so well, and the chemistry between him and Al Pacino's character in the film is so good, and I think his character adds a whole lot to this film. Then I want to talk about Ed Harris and Alan Arkin. They work really, really well together. The majority of their scenes are in the first half of this film, and a lot of it's spent talking together. They go to a restaurant, and I think Ed Harris is really cool. He really nails the Chicago accent at certain points. There's a scene in this small donut shop, and Ed Harris turns to the waiter and says, "Yeah, I'll take 2 chocolate donuts." And I was like, yeah, he did it so well. I thought it was really great. Ed Harris was really good. Alan Arkin was excellent in this film. He's not in the film a lot. In him and Ed Harris, their collaboration is really cool. Then you have Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey is one of my favorite actors. I love him in everything he's ever been in. The man is super talented, and he's so good in this movie in a very subtle way. He oversees all of the other characters in this film, except for Alec Baldwin, who works above them. He plays it so well. He just kind of dislikes all of the other guys in the company. They kind of treat him poorly. They don't like him either. So he's kind of a jerk to them, and he's just doing his job, and you can see that. And his character just has some really great scenes, especially with Jack Lemmon specifically. There's a scene between them that is incredible. I mean, just so good. And you'll know what I'm talking about. It's towards the end of the film, and it's just really good. All the acting's great, but I want to talk about the screenplay. This script is one of the best scripts I've ever seen. It was based on a play by David Mamet, who also wrote the script for the film. This movie is completely dialogue-driven, and it plays out so well. It's an hour and 45 minutes, and it is so interesting because of the script. There's a scene between Jack Lemmon and Al Pacino that is one of my favorite scenes in the film, and it's just so ridiculous. Like, what they went through just to make a sale is incredible, and it's one thing that I think the script and the film portrays really well. And also, Alec Baldwin. He has about an 8-minute monologue at the beginning of this film, and it's just great. It's funny, it's just, it's excellent. And then he's not in the movie ever again, but that's okay. I also want to talk about the colors at the beginning of the movie. They use a lot of blue and red because the Chinese store across the street has a red sign, and it shines into the building for the first half of the film. It's at night. The first half of the film is set at night. It makes for a really cool couple of scenes, especially notably the scene with Ed Harris and Kevin Spacey that's in the back room. The light shining through the window, and the whole room is red, and it's really cool. And then they also use blue a lot as well. Every scene with the phone booth. There's the opening scene of the film with Ed Harris and Jack Lemmon. They're sitting in a phone booth. The phone booth is red, but everything else is blue. It's very cool. It sets a really dark tone to the film. The blue does, at least. And it works really well. It's really cool. The art direction in the beginning is really cool. And then it's daylight for the rest of the film. So after the first half, you don't really see it. But it was really cool for the first half of the film. Glengarry Glen is an excellent film. It's got one of the best scripts I've ever seen. It's got one of the best casts that I've ever seen. It's just an incredible film. Go check it out. It's on Netflix. Comment below. Let me know what you think of it. And remember, kids, it takes brass balls to sell real estate.